I think everyone knows this car, but no one's probably seen it quite like this before, especially if you come around to this side.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
This is the finishing process.
the whole idea of this is to actually show you a little bit of some of the safety features that are incorporated in the XC90.
All of you know how important it is to have an SUV that doesn't roll over, right? And Volvo is one of the manufacturers that actually produces a car that is as safe as it can be for anti-roll. And I think that's the essence behind this car. It's a SUV. It's very high on the ground, but it has a very low center of gravity. We have an XC90, right, which is, it's like a wagon. It's off the ground a little bit. Very stable car. The center of gravity of this car is just a hair higher than that car, and yet it is a lot higher car. So with that low center of gravity, you already have a good stable ride, right? You've got a good stability. But what happens in this car, if you're driving it and it starts getting out of control, let's say you have to do a quick maneuver, there are sensors in this car that actually will alter the engine speed and also alter the braking pattern of the wheels to correct you to an understeer position, and then thus correct your ability to roll over. And we think that, in a sense, is very, very important. It's a very important part of our philosophy, because one reason why Volvo didn't come out with an SUV as early as the others is because they wanted to do it right, okay? And now, a lot of this safety feature is going into the whole Ford product line, okay? If it does roll over, if that does happen, what you see in yellow here, this is boron steel. This is much stronger than regular steel, so you've got the capability of having a rollover protection that's even stronger. The curtains you see on the other side are actually activated in a sense that it actually rolls up the curve of the glass, and it rolls all the way up. And it stays inflated a lot longer so that you're not hitting the side of the car. The whole thing's to protect you if it does go over, okay? And I think that's those are the important things. You've got the regular SIP system and whip system that we have on the regular cars in the front seat and the back seat. The third row seat is not neglected. We still have the curtains back there, but the safest place for this car are the first two, naturally. But we protect everybody in the back. And like our cars in the back, there's enough space for rear intrusion in case there's a rear impact. So if you care about your family and you want an SUV, this is the puppy to buy.
You want to comment on the on Ford asking you to tone down the roof strength?
No. No. I don't think so, because I mean, you know, Volvo really, they have to do their own thing. Right. And Volvo is about safety. That's what we're about. And the integrity of our cars is so important because people are important. And you know, I think that's why we like working for this company. And the thing is, Volvo's not afraid of spending money where you don't see it. We always, in design, are saying, let's put some money where you can see it. You know, but
Do you have, one of the things that is a woman complaint, for me at least, about SUVs is that you can never sit in them comfortably if you're short, right?
Yeah.
Are you have any plans about taking that system where you get in, your eyes here, and it puts you in the right place in this SUV?
If we're doing it there, then we're thinking about it, right? I think you just have to be patient, and I think Steve is, he's the one to implement these into our cars in the
Okay,
future.
I'll put that on my wish list. Your wish list anyway.
But I mean, if it's important there, we're going to put it in practice because it works. It'll happen sometime. And the first thing is to first do it, and we've done that, and we're making it aware not only to ourselves but to other people that this is possible.
I mean, when we talk about safety, another feature you'll see here on the front is not only about the safety of the actual vehicle, it's the compatibility of the vehicle with others. On a normal SUV, because of the proportions and the ramp angles in the front, you know, the structural members are up a lot higher. But we also have this, you see this red section down the bottom. There's a structural member which is at the same height as you would find on other existing cars. So in the case of any frontal impact, you have that compatibility. So it's not only about the individual safety of the vehicle, In the future, it's about the pedestrians and the compatibility with other vehicles of all different types.
Yeah. And speaking about pedestrian, you can see there's a hole cut out in the hood here, and there's a lot of space.
That's not so the
before-
pedestrian can actually.
I hadn't thought about that. We should sketch this up in real
Yeah.
time.
I thought you
But
could ride in
it's
there.
basically to show you how much
Analysis
clearance
wheels,
is
I'll just
actually
put
there
the
between the
wheel.
engine, all the hard points, and the actual hood. So we have a certain amount of deformation. And that's what's going to happen in the future on a lot of vehicles to fulfill these pedestrian requirements that are coming. It's all about getting clearance, it's about getting deformation between the hard components and the actual structural elements above.
Yep. So if we have a little time left, I would say, please, sit in that car, sit in the first car, sit in the second car, experience it, and
Feel free to ask
feel
questions.
free.